It's time for a Titan.
Shake that.
And video review.
Titan Zed here, back to doing a video review. I'd like to start this review. If I sound a little congested, if I cough or sneeze, I'm sorry. Basically, the meme, Mother Nature, go home, you're drunk, applies right now. Our weather has gone from a comfortable 70 degrees to soon being a bone-chilling 10 degrees. So, yeah. It's just been fun. Now, I'd like to preference this review. To start off with, I love this figure. It is absolutely perfect and completely justifies the new price point that's being presented for the Voyager class figures. I will, however, have to say, this is the third freaking Transformers Prime Siege Optimus Prime I've had to pick up. The first one I picked up from a comic book shop, which I believe got their orders from Entertainment Earth. Come on, Edward, speak well. Had the problem of a messed up front window. What would happen is, I don't know if a piece of plastic, some molding was getting in the way, but it wouldn't close all the way. And it wasn't noticeable in vehicle mode, but super noticeable in robot mode. It basically just would not shut all the way. It would not just stay a hair out. And it was super annoying. The second version I picked up from a Walmart had messed up paint. To describe it is basically, instead of the battle damage marks you will see in robot mode, it looked more like someone took a sponge with silver paint and just kind of splotched it all over his legs, arms, and chest. Again, it was my mistake for not checking the figure over more carefully before purchasing it. Damn it. Third time happens to be the charm, although they all have one big problem with the mold. I don't know if I'm just getting that unlucky or if no one else has noticed this problem, but the wheels have a hard time, the front wheels have a hard time locking in properly, and I have to kind of bow them out so they look at least straight in vehicle mode. Otherwise, they kind of kick in like that, and it looks really weird. It's like, so yeah, it's been a fun time trying to get this review done, because every time I think about starting to do the review, I realize there's a massive flaw with this Transformer that is driving me crazy. But other than that, this figure fully justifies, again, as I said at the beginning of this review, completely justifies the new price point for the Siege Voyager figures, at least. Because not only is the engineering on this guy amazing, go see any reviewer who has shows off the transformation, and you will see an absolutely amazing amount of engineering in this figure. But the paint is tough as nails. I love this stuff. I don't know what Hasbro's using now, but whatever it is, it can survive a lot. And I mean a lot. I've had this figure drop like 3 times since I got this specific figure. And no paint damage. I love it. So, I'd say my only real critical flaw with the figure that isn't a issue with the mold is the placement of the weapons, which we'll get to in robot mode. But yeah, I have to admit, that's a pretty good spot for a trailer hitch. And I am, got to say, I'm very shocked no one has announced a third-party trailer for this guy. Not one company. Not Perfect Effect. Not anybody. I'm flabbergasted, honestly. Because I think the one thing this truck needs to be absolutely perfect is a trailer. Even just a small one would be awesome. Even to pull something like a Transformers animated Optimus Prime and just have something that attaches to the back right here would just work for it, I think. But, yeah. Other than that, I think it is an absolutely perfect vehicle mode. Yeah, it's the War for Cybertron. It's supposed to be like a Cybertronian truck. And Hasbro tried to justify this with a hover mode. We're just gonna, put the wheels back where they belong. Not gonna pretend like that mode doesn't exist. But other than that, I think this is a really great figure, and it's gonna get even better in robot mode. And we will be right back. Sorry, we will get to robot mode in just a second, but of course I managed to get through that entire vehicle mode section of the review and forgot to do size comparisons. So, with that said, the cab mode from Evolution's Power of the Prime's Optimus Prime, only because there's no way to fit that trailer plus the cab in this shot for these guys. But yeah, as you can see, a much cleaner truck mode, in my opinion. And there we go. I got a new tripod, so I get to do some new stuff. So we have that, and to compare him to the Siege Voyager Megatron, he does seem smaller compared to Siege or Megatron, but as far as I can tell, they're using the same amount of plastic. It's weird. But yeah. So yeah. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Very nice. So, alright. Onwards and upwards to robot mode. Okay, I swear, last one, but I figured since I have the Power of the Prime's Optimus Prime out, I might as well see if his trailer can attach to this guy so we can have a temporary trailer until some third-party company comes along. And, well, crap. Yeah, unfortunately, the back hitch is too tall for the back wheels to hit the ground. Oh, that sucks so much. Well, I tried. Alright, onwards and upwards to robot mode. Okay. You know how I said last year I was suffering from Optimus Prime fatigue? I believe this figure is the cure for Optimus Prime fatigue. Oh my goodness. This figure is perfect. Well, perfect for at least the price point you're spending. $30 gets you this? Genius figure? Yes! Is his arms a little kibbly? Yeah. Technically his back's a little kibbly too, but I'll take that kind of kibble over what we will soon see for comparison any day. He is really nice. His ion cannon looks really good. And as goofy as this shield slash axe weapon is, which I guess is supposed to be the replacement for his Energon axe, which it's not bad until you look at it from another angle and realize Hasbro kind of skimped on the paint. Yeah, this is an axe that's really only meant to be seen from one side. But besides that, still, even without that, he looks just perfect. I mean, just, oh my god, so good. So, I mean, even with that back kibble, it kind of looks like a jetpack, which I imagine would be a reference to the beginning of Season 1 during when the Autobots first arrived to Earth and Optimus Prime borrows Sideswipe's jetpack, which I don't think he ever returned to the Sideswipe as far as I remember. So, yeah, that was a thing. Anyway, I think this is an awesome figure. Now to do some size comparison. To compare him to his wavemate and figure from the same line, Siege Megatron. And I think he looks really good with Siege Megatron, especially in Rebellion. I know in their respective vehicle modes, Megatron kind of dwarfs him. And yeah, Megatron definitely is still beefier than this Optimus Prime. But I feel like the engineering in him is a lot better than the engineering in him. His is still pretty good. But by comparison, his is the best. I mean, you've got parts that are filling out the back of the legs so they don't look hollow. You know, he hides... Oh, okay, don't fall. He hides his wheels in the side of his body. I mean, he's just really good. Yeah, the panels are a little bit of a nightmare, but honestly, you'll get over them. When you compare him to I may have to cut to this version of him. Yeah, not gonna lie. Again, that $30 is feeling a lot more justified right now. It really is night and day with these two figures. And I'd say the only thing this figure truly is missing is a matrix of leadership. And unfortunately, this one's won't fit in his chest, so yeah. I really do think that is the one thing this figure is missing, is a nice matrix of leadership piece. I have seen a third-party company that's going to make a block that will sit in here that will look like the Matrix is sitting in his chest and it will light up. But I haven't found anyone who's made something that will fold up to fit inside this chest that can fold out and be held in Optimus Prime's hands. So, yeah. Other than that, again, I think this is just a perfect Optimus Prime figure outside of grabbing one of the Masterpiece Optimus Primes. Definitely worth your money. If you see him, grab him, because he is nice. Now, I know some people aren't liking the battle damaged paint jobs, and while that has been a point of contention for me, if you remember the beginning of this video, I should note that it does seem like this figure is going to get a repaint for the 35th anniversary line, where they're going to have a much more cel-shaded animation look to him. So, if you really have a problem with this kind of paint, I guess wait a year. Next year, let's see, what is 2000... Let me think. Yeah. I guess next year would be the 35th anniversary? I may be wrong about that, but we did see during Tour Fair they were making 35th anniversary versions of this figure and the Megatron without all the battle damage on them. So, if you don't mind waiting a while, you can get that, but I recommend picking this figure up as fast as possible. And I've seen the Replo labels for him, and I plan on trying to pick up a set for him. They look awesome on him and pretty much cover up all the battle damage. So, I think this figure is just, it's a 10 out of 10, despite some of the kibble issues. Highly recommend picking up it if you can find it. So until next time, this is Titans Ed saying I'll see ya when I see ya.